Hello, my name is Tina Richardson. Nice to have you today. Today we're going to discuss warming up, what it is, and why do we do it. Pretty simple. And people talk about warm-ups, but there's a million different ways to warm up. So what works for you? Well, I'm going to show you something that works for me. When I get out my instruments is to start practicing, my headspace is not always in the right space. So I like a warm-up that's going to center me and help get my mind and my body and my breath all connected into my instrument. This warm-up that I'm going to show you was given to me by Denny Goodhue, and it's a pretty simple, not necessarily easy warm-up. First, of course, is proper stance. All right, so I try and make sure my knees aren't locked, and they're nice. I've got a straight posture, and my saxophone is up to the right height, of course, which is actually a little bit low. I don't know about you, but I like to put my saxophone, if I'm just hanging out, I like to have it about the crook. We're at the top of my chin, where my chin and my lip meet. That helps me to, keep my head in the right position, not too high and not too low. Just kind of in a nice neutral position to allow the most air to come out. So in this warm-up exercise, I start at a very small dynamic range. And I do a nice big crescendo using lots of hot air, thinking the whole time, making really, really warm air instead of cold air. I try to kind of do the Darth Vader, nice and open, hot air. Crescendo until a nice full volume, and then at the top of my crescendo I like to drop down a half a step, all in one breath, and then decrescendo and use all of the air that I have inside of my body, every last little ounce. Just get everything out with that big first full breath. And then at the end of that note, I like to take a big inhale kind of through my nose. That helps my mind kind of get centered too, the more I breathe, inhale through my nose. Reset myself and then start on the next note, which for me, at this point it would be a B flat. I like to start on a B natural because it's in the middle of my horn. That's the only reason. So I'm going to start on a B natural, and I'm going to crescendo, do the exercise, decrescendo on a B flat, and then start again on B flat. Crescendo, drop to an A, decrescendo to an A. And then decrescendo to an A. And then start again on the A, crescendo, drop to an A flat, decrescendo. Start on the A flat, etc., all the way down the whole range of the horn. So I'm just going to do a quick little exercise, little example for you. And if you happen to have your saxophone out, feel free to play along. See if you can outlast my wind. We'll see. Here we go. Once again, thinking about the best tone and really just getting centered into my air. So I'm going to start with a big full breath of air. Alrighty, I don't like my sounds. I'm going to start over. the total register of my horn until I have gone through every half step and gone through that process. So that's how I warm up. Kind of gets my head in the space. I already feel more relaxed. One thing I did notice, I needed to be more aware of my tuning, my intonation. Oftentimes, as we crescendo, our pitch changes. It becomes more flat, and then as we decrescendo, we have the tendency to go sharp. So that's something that I need to be more mindful of, for sure, in this warm-up exercise, just to kind of get all my facilities going. And then after I do that, I usually break into some scales to get my fingers moving. You know, there's three elements of music, really. It's air, fingers, and articulation. And so this is kind of the first step in the getting your air moving. And then I'll be talking about fingers and articulations in other videos to follow. So if you learned anything, if you liked it, hit the like button. Check out my website, saxophonetina at saxophonetina.org. And you can feel free to send me an email. I've got it in the description below. I would love to hear from you. What do you work on? What are your warm-ups? You know, what are your tips and tricks that you use that help you along? I'm always looking for more connection, especially right now. So send me an email, push the like button, share this, and let's be in contact. Let's make some more connections. All right. Stay well, stay healthy, keep playing.